Hi, I'm Harmanjot, and I want to share with you 3 easy ways you can increase your fertility right now. So the first one is diet, and I feel like that might seem like a no-brainer in some ways, but it's actually just one of the simplest, easiest, quickest ways you can start to increase the thickness of your uterine lining and the nutrients therein, and make sure that the egg, once fertilized, has a really safe and firm and secure and nutrient-dense place to attach. So there's a few different ways you can change your diet. Number one, if you've been around the Kundalini scene a little bit, you've probably heard about this green diet. You should just do it. I mean, it can change so much. One of the things that it does is it cleanses the emotional body. So you can have a very deep emotional and psychic cleansing before you start this process that will actually make things feel really clean and new for you as you undergo a huge new chapter of your life. But how this green diet works is that you eat only naturally green foods for 40 days. So that's peaches, sorry, not peaches, but pears. I want pea fruits on you. It's pears, avocados, kale, romaine, edamame, sweet beans, sweet peas, sugar snap peas, all of those, anything that's naturally green, you can eat. And so there's actually a lot of variety. Green olives, there's a lot of variety in this diet, so it's not very restrictive, and you do that for 40 days or as long as you can, but 40 days is the actual timeline for the diet given. So if you're thinking about getting pregnant, I would give yourself about, if this is like, I really want to get pregnant, I want to get pregnant so bad right away, let's just take a breather and give yourself at least a 40-day timeline so you can prepare, so you can do this really nicely, so you can do this nicely for your body, and you can do this nicely for the soul that's coming in. Now, personally, I would give yourself a 3-month, if you're like, I want to get pregnant, we really want to start a family, I'd give yourself a 3-month prep period. Just get things in order. There's no rush, and if you get pregnant faster, amazing. And but for me, I think 3 months is a great preparation period. And if you're watching this and you're just interested in the teachings, but having a child is maybe a year or more off, you can still do this green diet. There's never, once you have the child, it's always so much harder to change habits once you're in the mix of it all, because a lot of your focus does end up going to just making the whole new dynamic work. So any kind of changes you want to make beforehand, it's an optimal time to do so. So the green diet. Now, if you're really looking to get pregnant right away, you can also add 1,200 milligrams of vitamin E. That really creates a nice, thick, juicy uterine endometrium lining. You can add fruits. Fruits just open up the secretions in the body to create a lot of fertility. It increases the gland secretions and puts a lot of hydration in the body, so you're very water rich and very fertile for conception to actually happen. And then if you're with a male partner, you can feed him a lot of onions, garlic, and ginger and turmeric, and you can also give him 1,200 milligrams of vitamin E, and that creates like a nice thick sperm. And you can tell them, and I think they like to hear about it. And if you can also not tell them, you just go out for Indian food a lot. So that's diet. The second really easy way to increase your fertility is through meditation. Now, again, I feel like this is, you're like, oh, I already meditate. But right now, you're trying to open up a space that's actually very subtle. And so pregnancy is very macro, it's very big, the changes are very large and extreme and very palpable. And then it's also, on the flip side, very, very subtle, sensory, and very quiet. And opening up that space now is going to allow you to receive the conception and a soul. The yogic truth is that you can get pregnant at any age. There's no age limit to pregnancy. There is no sense that there's, you're beyond a prime time. You can get pregnant at any age. But one of the key things is the receptivity of this sacral area, which meditation allows you to open up in. You can be of prime, in your prime birth giving years, and very fit and eating all the right foods and still finding some challenges, which is okay. One of the things might be some, opening that needs to happen in this sacral area. So the meditation, if you're interested in getting pregnant, you sort of turn yourself very deeply inward and become very quiet and very self-connected. And this is also great preparation for when you do conceive, because once you conceive, the body does go through very grand hormonal changes, and having a very strong self-connected experience prior to that allows you to have that through line when you're about to go through something very monumental. So that's that. And then the third really easy way to increase your fertility right now is with Sat Kriya practice. I'm not going to practice Sat Kriya with you right now because I'm just not set up for it, but you can do a YouTube search, and my teacher Guru Jagat has a tutorial up on YouTube for Sat Kriya. And if you want to get pregnant right away, the yogic teaching is you do Sat Kriya every day, 3 minutes minimum, and you can work your way up to as much as you want, 11 minutes, 31 minutes, and you can even do 62 minutes of Sat Kriya if you've got that kind of vibe. You can do that, and you do that until you get pregnant. And it absolutely opens the womb. And it's actually a silver bullet if you're watching this and you're thinking, okay, well, I want all these teachings, but actually I'm not interested in starting a family until, maybe a year, 3 years, 5 years. That's okay. You can all Kundalini yoga practices prepare the body for its most optimal physiobiological state. So you can just keep practicing any Kundalini yoga kriya, and I would meditating on praying on motherhood and a soul is a very helpful practice. You can do that for years and even lifetimes, but you can do any Kundalini yoga kriya. But Sat Kriya is a great practice to do regardless of any fertility goals. It increases your confidence, increases your immunity, starts to deconstruct anything in the DNA that's more prone to diseases and anything chronic. It starts to actually work on the DNA scale to take out any sort of like the predispositions in the genetics and set you up for really vital health and happiness, good sex, intelligence, balanced eating, balanced weight, and generally just feeling grand about yourself. So I recommend Sat Kriya for anybody. I hope that you join me on October 26th at Rama Institute for Applied Yogic Science and Technology in Venice Beach, California. You can join me there in person, October 26th from 1 to 4 p.m. or online on ramatv.com. That's rama-tv.com. I'll be giving a workshop called Infinity Ma, Fertility Redefined. It's the first in a series of trainings around the fertility, preconception, conception, prenatal, and birth process. It's something I'm really excited about doing, and I can't wait to share more of these teachings with you there and usher some of you into what is sure to be one of the most incredible experiences you can have in a human body. So join me there, and I look forward to being with you. Satnam.